Welcome back. That's Top of the Morning. We're going to delve into some of those headlines on the newspaper front. As always, Sunday Times, Sunday World, and the Sunday Tribune coming through there. On your screens right now, Sunday Times. Let's get into those headlines. Big story they're following there. High living in France for licensed car deal. Transport Department tender bid evaluators gone luxury overseas junket to inspect the wrong machine. That's by Jill Gifford. Almost 600,000 South Africans waiting for their new driving license cards. It's emerged that Transport Department delegation enjoyed a trip to France to examine a pricey smart card machine owned by a company bidding for a tender, despite the device not being there. Well, you can read more on that story. We also there see a very disappointed Springbok fan, probably capturing the emotion of most South Africans there. Springbok fan looking dejected after the Bucks were defeated 22-38 by the Wallabies in the Rugby Championship at Ellis Park in Johannesburg just yesterday. So still fresh news, and we're licking our wounds there as a nation. But Luta, we'll see how they can make that comeback story. Mutlante follows Mbeki in pulling out of a dialogue. Lizega Tandwa, Isaac Mahlangu, and Mike Siluma write, former President Kgalema Motlanthe has followed the lead of his predecessor Thabo Mbeki in pulling out of the national dialogue, making him the second former head of state to do so. Well, that story continues there, and you can turn to page 4 as well. Zelensky under pressure from Trump is another big story they're following there. Let's continue from the Sunday Times to the Sunday World. Their big headline: UCT's free degree bribe to rape a complainant probed. Full report on page 6, but basically the byline goes as follows. Higher Education Minister Buti Manamela says that he will ask for a full report detailing how the institution concluded its investigation into the allegation that a student was coerced into dropping a rape case in exchange for a pass mark. Other stories that they're following there, how the ANC plans to fix itself, more on page 4. Why minorities continue to ditch the ANC. And on page 2, confidential police report contradicts Mkwanazi's claims. You can also see there the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra with Wynton Marsalis, of course, that happening at the Sandton Convention Center there for the Joe of Jazz. Page 7 details SARS, how SARS pursues Dali Tambo over huge tax bill. And Anglican Archbishop Thabo Makgoba is heartbroken. Let's wrap up your Sunday headlines. Sunday Tribune, KZN-based newspaper there. They are leading with that tragic story, of course, left with ashes. KZN mother can't afford funeral for her son. E-hailing taxi violence taking center stage there. Sia Ndambala was shot and burnt in Soweto during that turf war. Simon also writing there. Broader representation needed for dialogue. The establishment of the broad-based steering committee to oversee and guide that national dialogue could not be finalized yesterday, but some sectors were yet to decide on their representatives. Search continues for pilot after crash. Who can forget? Andrew Blackwood Murray has been described as the most conscientious and careful pilot. And of course, family and friends are still awaiting the recovery of his body after passing on Thursday. Right, so those are just some of the headlines. More, of course, as you continue to flip over the pages, but we'll leave it there for now.